Question: looking for more fast, simple, and easy ways to make that dollar stretch even further? Back in a minute. Oh, yeah, but first a sip. Mm-mm-mm. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I'd also like you to think that I help save time, energy, effort, and even once in a great while, a little bit of sanity. Hope that this video finds everybody doing well, and if you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a veteran viewer and subscriber here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you for coming back again. If you're just dropping by to say hello, hello, thank you so much for your time. I hope one day you come back again and stick around. I'm going to jump right into it, but I definitely need my trusty glasses. How's the weather by you? It's been very chilly here. Oh my goodness. Ooh, perfect for that first morning cup of coffee though. I'm recording this in the morning. I know it's airing on Saturday night, however. Okay. I come to think that because we earn our hard-earned money, I don't think we utilize the money that we have earned enough with the things that we buy. So let's talk about a few ways that we can repurpose or extra multiple use item from the same thing that we already have 9 out of 10 times hanging out in our house already. Just saying, just saying. One, get more bang for your buck by repurposing or double purposing items that you already paid for, of course. Here's an example. Okay. You're all familiar with that beautiful little blue bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub, for example. How many of you probably have it in your house or apartment? If not, you might have the generic type. It's all good. It's all basically the same stuff, but I can tell you this much. It does a lot more for you than just unstuffing your nose or, less chest congestion and all this and all that. Did you know that you can actually use that product, put it on a fungus toenail, and you reapply it multiple times, and it actually helps cure toe fungus? I know. Sounds crazy. You may want to look that one up. Just saying, just saying. For anybody that uses like a denture type cleaner, those, little round tablets that you put in the water and they fizzy up and they clean out your dentures, for example. Anybody that does that, if you have extra or like you just didn't care for the brand that you bought and it's just sitting there collecting dust or whatever, don't waste it. What you could do is put it in hot, boiling hot water, like about a cupful, pour that into your bathroom bowl, let that sit there for, I guess, a little while, at least an hour, and scrub it out, and you got yourself a cleaner bathroom bowl. So there. Aluminum foil. Okay. I have a thing with aluminum foil. I refuse to just take one little use of it. First of all, there are a couple of rules, personal rules. I don't buy cheap aluminum foil. The one I get is heavy duty and begins with letter R. To me, that is the best one. The way the D one is the best for dish soap, the R one is best for aluminum foil. Just saying, just saying. Now, sometimes you get close to it, and that's good. But there's a couple of brands or two that are sold in like dollar stores that are just, to me, very ineffective, and you wasted your dollar, in my honest opinion. So, a little bit of an aluminum foil snob. However, you can get a couple of uses out of it. Number one, let's say you line a baking pan, a cookie sheet, and no spills happen on it. You're just going to take that big thing up and just wad it up and throw it away? Excuse me. I don't recommend you do that. What you can do is fold it neatly and carefully, put it in a folder like a manila folder. I know that sounds weird, or a book or whatever. Get a few of them, keep them flat, and you get to reuse it again on another baking event, for example. Because if there's nothing wrong with it, there's no like burnt food on it, to me it's like wasting your money otherwise to not utilize it, to not get your maximum use out of it. Also, speaking of aluminum foil, fold that up a piece of it up in half, fold it again in half, take out your trusty scissors and just start cutting. Why? Forgive the outside noise. You just sharpen your scissors on the cheap and on the easy. This coffee is really, really good. Just saying, just saying. Okay, next. Okay, cooking oil makes a great lip moisturizer. We use too many things that have chemicals on them, and if we could avoid some things without so many chemicals on, I think it's a step in the right direction. Most of us have cooking oil in our house, and most of us, if we're going to make a salad, use a little bit of fresh oil or whatever. If you could put that in your mouth and ingest it, why can't you take a little dab, will do you, and moisturize your lips with it? It's a very cheap way to avoid buying lip moisturizer, and it's more of a natural route to go with cooking oil. Cornstarch. I love cornstarch. I mean, not only is it purposeful for cooking and thickening up stews and gravies and so on and so forth, but there are a couple of other things you can do with cornstarch. And, with recent findings of all the problems that some people have had, using old-fashioned talcum powders with harsh chemicals, let me tell you something, especially in the summertime. I know we just went through the summer, but I have been doing this for years now. I do not use powders. I use cornstarch in place of powders, like for those areas that really need extra attention, as far as you want to make sure that you keep certain creases and areas of the body dry and cool. And cornstarch is absolutely the way to go. What you do, you get a container, you put it, your fingers, just put your fingers in there and just gently apply it to those areas. Works precisely just like those powders, minus all those extra harsh chemicals and so on and so forth. Put it this way, if cornstarch is okay for us to put in our foods to consume, how safe is it to put outside of our body? So just, think of it that way. It's the way I look at it. And by the way, it is relatively cheap, in my honest opinion. So just saying, cornstarch is very, very handy. Next, this trick works. If you have non-fat dried powdered milk, put a little bit of the powder. You don't have to reconstitute it. Put a little bit simply of the powder, maybe about a quarter of a cup to a third of a cup in your running bath water. It softens the water, and that softer water tends to soften your skin as well. Again, it's natural. It's not that expensive. You have it probably already. But going back to non-fat dry powdered milk, you could also stretch your fresh whole milk. For example, if you have a half a gallon of whole fresh milk in your refrigerator and the weather doesn't look great and you might be snowed in or whatever, try this little trick, and you may do it forever, by the way. Simply reconstitute some non-fat dried powdered milk, okay? And then add it to your existing whole fresh milk, and you just got yourself a whole ton of new milk. And it works, and it's hardly detectable. It really, really is. So just follow the directions and see if you could do that at least once. And for those that do not have fresh whole milk at home and rely solely on the non-fat dry powdered milk, this trick works as well. If you're not happy with the taste, if you want to add it to your cereal, for example, put a capful of vanilla extract, or what is that other one? Almond extract. Some little extract put in there, and it takes away that. Some people feel that there may be an unpleasant aftertaste. Personally, it doesn't bother me because I'll just use it in recipes or just drink it and maybe put a little chocolate syrup in it. Maybe that's what's covering it up too. But get the maximum use out of the stuff that you have. That's the main value of this whole thing. Next, freeze or keep or refrigerate rendered bacon or pork fat. That comes in so handy sometimes. If you just need a little fat or a little bit of flavor, when you're cooking. And for example, I've seen other channels do this many, many times, and it's a great money saver. And it's a great way to store the fat without going crazy trying to figure out what to do with it. So pour it into an old like metal type. This is what I have done. Pour it into like an old metal like coffee can type thing, and just let it harden up in the refrigerator or your freezer. You could easily work with it. And finally, this is really important in my honest opinion, and it really bears repeating many times. Keep a very close eye on your refrigerator and freezer inventory, because if you don't do that, what's going to end up happening is number one, you're going to give yourself an avalanche of a huge refrigerator clean out job. If you keep ignoring it, it comes back to haunt you. The other thing is that you're going to find things in there that are totally unidentifiable that look like something that belongs in a sci-fi flick. You don't want your food looking like that. And the main thing of all is you don't want food waste. No, we don't want that. So there. I know these tips will help you. Thank you so much for viewing. And I really do appreciate every single one of you. I'm looking for my outro. There you go. I'll be back with a wave. Have an amazing, fantastic remainder of this weekend and upcoming week. Come back every Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. Eastern for my regular weekly show. Take good care now. Bye bye.